Hello, this is Dave with the National Gardening Association. I got an email, I don't know, quite some time ago from this guy who invented the tool that I'm holding in my hand, and it's called the HEFT. And he asked me if I was interested in getting a copy of it. Copy, it's not a book, it's a tool. But I said, yeah, send it to me and let's have a look at it. And this is something that, I mean, just to look at it, you don't even know what this could be and what purpose it has. This is something that attaches to your existing tools, and it makes it so that you don't have to bend down. Now, let me demonstrate this. If you're shoveling, and this is where the tool is really made for. When you're shoveling, you know, you gotta bend down. And it's like, oh, my back, you know, I'm shoveling. So the point of the HEFT tool is it makes your tool something that you don't have to bend down in order to use it. So here's how it works. And by the way, this guy's been giving away one of these every month on garden.org. And so everybody's really wanting to know how this thing works. Here's how you attach it. It's got this strange way of doing it, but it's not hard. You just kind of snap it right on, twist it, and now it's on. And it actually holds really nice and strong. So now I'm just standing upright, shoveling, no longer bending over. Digging around, having fun, and you're getting the whole picture, right? So there's no bending over, and that's the point. So this guy's up in Canada. It's been popular in Canada for quite some time. My understanding is that most people that use this are doing snow shoveling, and I could totally see how that could be a lot of help, because this thing's actually kind of like a lever. And you know, if there's a weight on there and you're pulling up, this thing's really holding itself. And so, you know, when you're shoveling snow, you just like shunk with the snow, crunk, shunk with the snow. So as a garden tool, it's a little different. So as you can see, if I'm scraping stuff, like if you've got a square shovel, flat shovel, and I have one, but I couldn't find it for the purpose of this video. But you know, if you're in the barn and you've got manure, things like that you're wanting to rake out, this is great for that, because I mean, it really gets your tool nice and parallel to the ground, and you can just start shoveling, and you could really work for a long time like that. It gives you a lot of strength. Like if you're not using the tool and you're down here and you gotta lift it back up again, especially if you got heavy stuff, you gotta push down, lift it. That's where this tool really shines. So that's that. Now let me try some other tools here. Set that down. Let's look at a rake. Hard kind rake. Put this on. And again, as you see, really easy to put on and off, and that's kind of cool. Again, you don't have to bend over to use it. And yeah, I don't know, this is actually kind of nice. It kind of makes raking pleasant. I'm gonna go ahead and say that for raking, this is actually pretty cool. You can also notice how I'm pulling with this one now. And this side is just, I'm just supporting it. So you get a lot more leverage. Now one thing you may notice is it's sliding around a little bit on my yellow rake, and that's because the thickness. This thing is kind of like a one-size-fits-all. Some tools are gonna have a wider handle, some will have a thinner ones. Imagine like a broom with such a small, thin handle, it's gonna slide up and down in this. One of the solutions that he came up with for that is, I don't know how well this can show, but there's a hole in the tool. And so if you have to, once you put your garden tool in, you can actually screw it on. And of course, that's gonna make it harder to swap it in and out. But if you put a screw on that, that's gonna hold it real nice. Let's look at something else. Yeah, so weeding tool. This is an example of a thinner one. In fact, you can see up here at the top, it really just slides up and down. So in something like this, if you're gonna use it like this permanently, you'd wanna go ahead and screw it in maybe. But my son Simon actually enjoys weeding with this thing. So this is my swan neck hoe I got from Gardener Supply. How long? 10 years, 11 years now we've had this swan neck hoe. So yeah, here I am, I'm weeding with it. And again, It's actually kind of nice. I wasn't really expecting that this tool would be particularly useful in the garden. You know, he sent this to me many months ago. I have to admit, I don't use it a lot, but I don't have a bad back. It doesn't bother me to lean over and you know, and really put my back into my work. It doesn't bother me. Maybe in 20 or 30 years from now, I'll feel differently. But having said that, it kind of makes this a little bit more, man, how do you say, more relaxing. It's kind of like, hey, let's go for a stroll and then we'll do some weeding in the garden. That's kind of what I feel like I'm doing here. Of course, I have to attack the biggest weed I can find. But yeah, pretty cool. These are my polygonum weeds that I hate. Oof, talk about a terrible weed to have to work with. So anyway, so that's that. So let's see what else we can try. Yeah, here we go. 4-tooth cultivator tool. I love this. I've actually sharpened it to make it sharp, but I do so much with this. This is an example of a tool that's got a much narrower thing, so it's going to slide around quite a bit. With something like this, you'd really, you know, that's the thing. You gotta, but that's what the screw hole is for. Again, you know, and because of the fact this thing's sliding, it's kind of hard to. Of course, it kind of grips it, kind of pull it. It's got these rubber. It's got a rubber insert on the inside of it. It does help it quite a bit. But anyway, hopefully just watching this gives you a pretty good idea of how well this thing works. So that's that. Now, let me give you an example of one that doesn't fit so well. This is the shovel that I call the world's most amazing shovel. It's solid steel, top to bottom. I bought this 6 or 7 years ago, and I just love this shovel. I call it the world's most amazing shovel. I keep on trying to get the manufacturer to become a sponsor of us, because man, I tell you what, I could sell 100 of these shovels in a day. Anyway, this shovel, the handle is more narrow and it's thicker this way. So it goes on that way, but if I tried to get it on straight, it's kind of hard, and I'm like, first time I put it on, I was afraid I was going to break the tool, but I didn't. But it's on, and I don't know if you can see. Can you see how it's kind of got this opening on both sides? So, yeah, steel. I'm not going to be screwing this thing in. But the point of this is I wanted to show an example of digging. How useful is this if you're actually going to dig a hole? So let's just say you're, well, you know, drop my shovel in, digging, and I'm going to pick it up. You know, it kind of works. It kind of feels a little clumsy, but you know, I do have better leverage than I usually do. But you just got to judge for yourself. I mean, you can watch what I'm doing and, you know, decide what you think. Bring it down a little bit further and let's see what that's like. You know, again, if you've got a bad back, this really helps you bring it up. And by the way, can I mention, this guy's not paying me for this. He just sent it to me and asked me if I wanted to look at it. So he gives these away every month. We have these raffles at garden.org, and he's giving these away like crazy. So people are like, what's it like? Have you used one, Dave? And everybody wants to know, you know, what it's like. So this is, I'm showing it to you, and here you know. So I think that's about it. Oh, here, bring that over here, guy. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Okay, here. All right, let's see what we can do. Not bad.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, that is it. I think that the guy's selling it. You can have that back. Thank you. I think the guy's selling it for $30. I think it's $29.95 in the United States. And is it worth it? I think if you got a bad back, I think you should get it. If you don't have a bad back, I don't know. But you know, if you know, once you get to a certain age and it's hard to bend over, even if your back is good, you just have a hard time bending over. I think this tool will really help you with your gardening. So that's my review. I hope this has been helpful, and I would like to wish you all a good day. Bye.